luck, Dave. Well, Peter gotcha.
Stop!
Oh! 89.50. Big bucks!
Today, these three players are after big bucks, but they'll have to avoid the whammy as they play the most exciting game of their lives. From Television City in Hollywood, it's time to press your luck. And now, here's your host, the star of Press Your Luck, Peter Tomarken.
Thank you. Many thanks to Rod Roddy, and welcome to Press Your Luck, everyone. As you know, we are the most competitive game in television. Right now, let's meet the three competitors who are going to be pressing their luck today, starting with our returning champion, Tony. Returning champ is right. Third, this is your fourth day, right, Tony?
Fourth day, yes.
24,103. What a hunk of change.
It sure is.
You know, you could, if things go right today, you could break us all. You could go way over the limit. I think the highest is 35,000 and change. You could certainly excel at.
I can buy a hamburger tonight.
I don't know how much is cash. That's another story. You want to meet your competitors?
I sure will.
All right, let's start off with Dan Williams. How are you, Dan?
I'm doing great.
That's good. Dan, I understand you're involved in public relations, right?
I work with the different nonprofit organizations in the public relations field.
And a special interest in Special Olympics, I understand, as well.
Special Olympics is my pet project. I volunteer a lot of time to that program, and
good for you. It's a great program. Let's go to our third competitor, and it's Cree Smith. How are you,
That's right.
Cree?
Doing great. Just
I
great.
can see you're ready to go here.
I'm
Cree,
ready.
you have a family, children?
I have quite a family. I have 4 boys. Married and 4 boys. So it's 5 men in my house. The last 2 are twins.
Twins?
Yes, 8 months old.
That's great. I have twin girls, 8 years old. Twins are terrific.
They are.
Well, good luck on Press Your Luck.
Thank you.
All right, players, I'm going to ask you 4 questions. Your correct answers will earn you spins at our big Press Your Luck game board. The more spins you have, of course, the more money you can win. Because, as you know, our board is loaded with thousands of dollars in cash, terrific prizes, and every time you stop the board like this, stop. You'll make money unless you do what I did, which is to hit a whammy. Hopefully I did it for you and got it out of the way. Because if you do hit a whammy, he reduces your total to 0, and that's not going to make you very happy.
No.
But what will make you happy is picking up spins that turn into dollars. Are you ready for your first question?
Ready.
Right.
Here it comes. What manufactured food comes in more than 160 varieties, which include rotella, stivalette, zitti, and tortellini? Tony.
Macaroni. Or spaghetti. Macaroni.
Macaroni, spaghetti. All right. If you're right, Tony, you're going to pick up 3 spins. I'm going to give your answer and 2 others to Dan and Cree. If they're right, they'll earn a spin apiece. Is the correct answer spaghetti, sauce, or salami? What do you think, Dan?
I'm going to have to go with spaghetti.
You're going to say spaghetti as well, and we're going to go over to Cree and see what she says.
I have to say spaghetti.
Spaghetti. Well, we're talking about pasta or spaghetti. Correct. Everybody picks up spins. Tony gets 3 for buzzing in. And let's see, Dan gets a spin and Cree gets a spin. And here we go with our second question. Americans love to travel, and those who can afford it enjoy vacationing at a second home. What state can lay claim to having the most part-time residents? Dan.
California.
All right, is the correct answer California, Florida, or Arizona? Tony?
I'd say Florida.
Tony would say Florida. Let's go over to Cree and see what she says.
I have to say Florida.
You will say Florida. Well, there are more second homes in Florida. Tony goes to 4, and Dan stays at 1, and Cree goes to 2. Here's the third question. What is the most popular last name in the United States? Cree.
Smith.
All right, is the correct answer Smith, Jones, or Brown? Tony?
I'll go with Smith.
Smith says Tony. Let's go over to Dan.
Smith.
Smith. Well, the most popular last name in the U.S. is Smith.
Yeah!
And Cree ought to know. Pressure was on you, Cree. Tony goes to 5, Dan to 2, and Cree buzzed in with 3 more, goes to 5. Here is the fourth and final question. What California city has banned buses from its streets to keep tourists from ogling movie stars? Dan?
What city?
Yes.
Hollywood.
All right, is the correct answer Hollywood, Malibu, or Beverly Hills? Tony?
Beverly Hills.
Tony says it's Beverly Hills. Let's go over to Cree.
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills. Well, you can't ogle celebrities from buses anymore in Beverly Hills. Tony goes to 6. Dan stays at 2, and Cree goes to 6. And you'll all have a chance to convert those spins into big dollars at the Pressure Luck Game board. When we come back after this, hurry on back. Players, it's time to turn those spins into dollars. We've got 13,000 of those dollars up there on that board, as well as prizes and surprises and a few whammies as well. Remember, each spin can bring you up to $1,500. That is important because the player who wins this round on top gets to play last in the final round, and that's a big advantage. Remember, you can pass your remaining spins at any time during your turn. 4 whammies put you out of the game, and everything is at stake every time you spin. We're going to go to the player with the fewest spins. That is Dan with 2 spins. Are you ready to make some money, Dan?
Ready to make big
All right,
money.
let's stay away from that whammy and make some money.
Come on. Stop.
Stop at $200.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Put you in the money circle. 1 spin left. Gonna keep
Let's
going?
go. Keep going.
More money, says Dan.
Come on. Stop.
Stop at $200 again.
Right back there.
$400, Dan. You averted the whammy. Well done. We have a tie between Tony and Cree. The player to my left goes first. That's Tony. 6 spins. Are you ready, Tony?
Yes, I'm ready.
Stop. Stop at $600. 5 spins left. $600. First place, Tony. Press on. Stop. $350 for the champ. $950 total. 4 spins. Gonna keep going.
Play.
Tony says move on. $700. Quick on the trigger. $1,650. 3 spins left. $1,250 more than Dan. Press, says Tony. Stop at $200 and a spin. $1,850. Still have 3 spins. One more for $1,850 at stake. $500. $2,350. 2 spins. Pressure Luck will pass. $1,850 more than Dan. Actually, $1,950.
Take another spin.
One more spin. One more. $2,350 at stake. Advance 2 spaces to $750. Tony brings your total to $3,100. 1 spin left. Pass. Now Tony's got this game down. He passes the spin to Dan, who's the player with the next highest amount of money. $400. 1 spin. You've got to take, Dan. Let's avert that whammy.
Stop.
Stop at $550.
Okay.
You did it.
All right. Okay.
$950 for you, Dan. Everybody stayed out of trouble so far. Let's see if Cree can stay out of trouble. 6 spins. Let's make some money, Cree. Stop at $500. Well done.
Okay, I gotta go.
Gonna go, says Cree. Looking for more money. Oh. That's okay. That's okay, says Cree. You got the whammy. No dollars. 4 spins. Let's make some money.
I gotta go. I
Gotta
gotta
go.
Okay. Stop.
Stop at 2 whammies. 3 spins. No dollars. You can still pick up some dollars. You got 2 whammies. You want to be careful, Cree, about how many whammies you get.
Okay.
You
I'm gonna pass.
You're gonna pass?
I'm
Okay,
gonna
the
pass.
3 spins get passed to Tony since he's the player with the highest amount of money. 3, you've got to take Tony. First place is at stake. $3,100. Here we go with the first one. Stop at $750. So far, so good. $3,850 for Tony. 2 more you've got to take. $3,850 at stake. Here it comes. $550. Brings you up to $4,400. 1 more to keep you in first place. Tony stops and advances 2 spaces to a necklace. And the value of that necklace is $515. Brings you up to $49.15. We've got Cree at $0, Dan at $9.50, and Tony, once again, you've got the advantage with $49.15. We'll be right back with more questions, spins, prizes, and surprises right after this word. Players, these our questions. Hopefully they will produce answers, and answers, of course, produce spins. Spins turned into dollars. In this round, one spin could be worth as much as $5,000. That's significant dollars. Remember, the player who ends this round on top gets to take all that money home and come back again. And with that in mind, are you all ready to press your luck? Here comes the first question. According to family therapy experts, which of the first 5 years of marriage is considered the most difficult? Cree.
The first.
All right, is the correct answer the first, the third, or the fifth? Tony?
I'd say the first.
First says Tony. Let's go to Dan.
I'm going to say the first.
You're going to say the first. They say the most difficult year of the first 5 is the first.
Yay!
I know some people would say all 5. Tony picks up a spin, Dan picks up a spin, and Cree picks up a valuable 3. Could be worth as much as $15,000. I hear your family out there cheering you on all the time. Here is the second question. Tofu originated in China more than 2,000 years ago. These days, experts say it's still very healthy for us. What's its main ingredient? Dan.
Protein.
All right, is the correct answer protein, seaweed, or soybeans? Tony?
I'll say seaweed.
Tony will say seaweed. We'll go over to Cree to see what she says.
I'll have to say seaweed.
Seaweed. Well, tofu is the highest source of protein in the world and comes from soybeans. Tricky, soybeans. So the scores stay the same. Tony at 1, Dan at 1, and Cree at 3. Here's the third question. If a motion picture is rated X, nobody under what age may be admitted? Dan.
18.
All right, is the correct answer 18, 16, or 17? Tony?
17.
Tony says it's 17. Let's go over to Cree.
17.
17. You're not supposed to see an X-rated film until you are 18. 18. And that means Tony stays at 1. Dan picks up a valuable 3. And Cree stays at 4. Here is the fourth and final question. Next year's Olympic Games will be held here in Los Angeles. They will start in what month? Tony.
July.
Is the correct answer July, June, or August? Dan?
I'm going to say July.
Dan will say July. Let's go to Cree and see what she says.
I'm going to say July.
July. They will let the games begin in July. Everybody picks up. Tony goes to 2. Actually, Tony goes to 4. He got 3 valuable ones for buzzing in. Dan goes to 5, and Cree goes to 4. Now, all our players will be taking those valuable spins to the big board to find out who the winner's going to be and press your luck. So stay with us. Players, I know why you're here. You're here to make money, right? Well, this is the time we take those spins that you worked so hard to get and turn them into money. We have $50,000 in cash up there just waiting for you to win it. Also, there's some whammies up there, so you want to be careful. Looking at our dollar figures, we have Cree with $0, Dan with $950, and Tony, you came in first in the first round with $4,915, and that puts you in the driver's seat because you will play last in this the final round, and obviously that's an advantage. Now we're going to go to the player with the least amount of money. That's Cree, $0, but you've got 4 spins. Now, Cree, remember you have 2 whammies. Want to be careful. Here we go, $0. Tony's got $4,915.
Let's go. Stop.
Stop. Now you really have to decide strategically what you want to do. You have 3 spins, no dollars, and 3 whammies. One more puts you out of the game and you can't play. Gotta go?
I gotta go.
Gotta go. Cree is going. This is where we get into the guts play. Oh, Cree. 4 whammies. Sorry, Cree. Put you out of the game. We're going to go now to Dan with $950 and 5 spins. Are you ready, Dan, to make some money? Here we go.
Stop.
Stop at a whammy. It's infection. 1 whammy, no dollars, 4 spins. Ready?
Come on, big box. Stop.
Stop at $17.50. We got into some money. That's what we needed. Second place for sure. Here we go again.
Come on, big box. Stop.
Stop it. Move 1 space to $2,000 or a tent trailer. Which would you prefer?
$2,000.
$2,000, says Dan. Brings you up to $3,750. $1,200 less than Tony. 2 spins, 1 whammy.
Stop.
Stop at $2,500. Dan, you now have $6,250. Oh, about $1,300 more than Tony. You're in first place.
Go.
One spin left.
Go.
$6,250 at stake.
Stop.
Stop at a whammy. Oh. 0. 2 whammies, no dollars, no spins. The game is not over because Tony, with $4,915, has to play those 4 spins. You've got $4,915, Tony. You can pass them, however. You don't have to play them. You can pass them to Dan if you so desire. It's up to you.
I'll play.
Gonna play. Tony goes, $4,915. Stop at $2,000. $6,915 for the champ. 3 spins left. What are you gonna do with the 3 spins, champ?
One more.
Gonna go one more, he says. Stop at an Odyssey vehicle. Value of $1,778. Brings you up to $86.93. 2 spins left. Your closest competitor's Dan with no dollars. There they go. Those 2 spins are passed to Dan.
Oh, boy.
Dan, you've got no dollars. You're going to have to get $86.94 to beat Tony.
2 spins, okay.
2 spins. You got to take one at a
Come on,
time.
big
Here they
box.
come.
Now.
Now, a whammy. Oh, but I'll tell you what we do with that, Dan. You ever know this game changes around, blessing in disguise perhaps, because we take the remaining spin that was passed to you, we move it to the earn column, which means you have a choice. You can either take that spin and hope that you don't hit a whammy and that you hit it something that gives you an additional spin. Even $5,000 must give you an additional spin to beat Tony because he's got $86.93. Or you can take that 1 spin, pass it to Tony. If he takes that spin and pulls a whammy, you both come back next time.
Okay.
So you've got a couple decisions here.
The only thing I can do is pass it over.
Pass it, it goes to Tony. Dan's waiting and hoping that you whammy, Tony. If you whammy, you both come back next time he stops at $1,500. And Tony's the champ again today with $10,193. Congratulations, Tony. And we'll be right back to find exactly what you want. Congratulations. We're back with today's big Press Your Luck winner, Tony. And Tony, this is your 4th consecutive win, which is an all-time record for Press Your Luck. Right now, Roddy's going to tell you exactly what you've won. Right, Rod?
I sure will, Peter. Tony, you've won a Matinee Link cultured pearl necklace, 6 1/2 to 6 millimeter in size with 14-karat gold clasp from the exclusive jewelry collection of the Michael C. Fina Company. And a unique 4-wheel drive vehicle, the Odyssey from Honda. Your family is about to experience all the off-road fun it can handle. Travel on dunes, mud, and terrain you would believe impossible until Odyssey. Those prizes totaling $2,293 combined with the $7,900 in cash you won today and the $24,103 in cash and prizes you won previously gives you a grand total, Tony, of $34,296. Congratulations!
Tony, $34,296. You are living proof that spins do turn into dollars. When you answer those questions correctly, they turn into dollars. Now, as you know, we have a $25,000 limit. You have broken us by $9,000 more than our limit.
About that, Peter.
I can tell how bad you feel, Tony. Congratulations. You have been a great champ. You hold the record for Press Your Luck for the most days.
Thank you very much.
I thank you very much. Dan, you played it just right. You passed that last spin. That's the way you play the game. Luck was on Tony's side.
Thank you, Peter.
And Cree, you had a problem, but you played well. You've got some...
I had fun.
Did you?
Thank you.
That's what matters. Thank you, Cree. We've got some nice prizes for you and Dan. Thank you for being with us. And we're going to have 3 brand new contestants next time. Until then, remember, the whammy is very uptight. He wants the very last bite. This is Peter Tomarken saying so long for Press Your Luck. Bye-bye.